You're probably taking life incredibly too seriously. What if I told you easing up a bit would make your life 10 times better? How much of our lives is spent in this constant state of needing, working, surviving? You ask someone how they're doing, and they say they're doing. What the fuck does that mean? That sounds terrible. I realize that the more I try to do things from this state of like survival, instead of just enjoyment, the harder it is to do the things I want to do. Like when it comes to making these videos, I've created this block within me that has stopped me from creating videos. It has made it so much harder for me to just make the videos. Why? This is something I enjoy doing. I really enjoy speaking and sharing all these things that I've found extremely useful in my life. So why is it getting harder? Why have I hit this roadblock? Why am I avoiding making these videos? And I realized I was just taking this shit so seriously. Now I'm walking down this random path because I decided it's not that deep. I don't need to sit down in front of these lights with my back straight and talk all proper, because that's not me and that's not what you guys are going to resonate with. And I realized I'm definitely not the only one taking shit too seriously, taking my job too seriously, my hobbies, my relationships. I'm just not the only one. I feel like 90% of people are taking shit way too seriously. And it's like a paradox. I feel like the less you take seriously, the easier life is. And not in the sense of you don't do anything and you just become a lazy fuck. I feel like the more you take shit seriously, the more you look for an escape. The more you want to avoid how you feel. Because why wouldn't you? If life is this constant game of survival, why wouldn't you want to avoid that and just be able to be for a little bit instead of do? And then it hit me, like that's the premise of creating a North Star. That's the premise of everything I want to teach to people. Is you have to be in order to do. You do not have to do in order to be. We want things so that we can do things, so that we can be somebody. But what if we flipped it around and we started to be someone so that we could do something, so that we could have the things? And even if those things aren't really materialistic, but peace, joy, happiness. I feel like happiness evades most people because we're taking life too fucking seriously. You can't be empowered when you're just trying to survive. We like try to build ourselves up so that we can live our dream life. We try to accomplish all this shit and we get caught in the means. See, college is a means to an end. Your career is a means to an end. And that end is the life you dream of, the security, the freedom, the peace, the time, the love, the relationships, all these things. The career was not the goal in itself. The business was not the goal in itself. And we lose sight of that because we're just trying to survive. We're just trying to make it. But where are we trying to make it to? It becomes hard to make decisions because every decision subconsciously becomes life or death. I took life so seriously for most of my life, and it took me to hell. It took me to active fentanyl and meth addiction, selling drugs to survive, living life extremely fast. And I ended up in a jail cell. Not only did I end up in a jail cell, but I lived in a mental prison for over a decade because I took life so seriously. The less I take seriously, the more my life feels fulfilling. The more I get done, the more I take inspired action, the better my relationships and the people that I attract into my life, the better the experiences that I experience. But how do you do this then? So how do you go from taking everything super seriously to not taking shit seriously and enjoying the flow of life? How do you get there? Well, I had to develop a strong sense of faith. Faith in myself, faith in the okayness of being alive, faith in a higher power to keep me okay and to keep me alive and to keep things flowing. And I had to cultivate a direction. Where did I want to go? And why? What did I actually want? Was it to be the cool guy with the cool car, with the beautiful girl, with the car in the house? Yeah, those things are cool, but they're the means to an end. The end being peace, stability, joy, happiness, excitement, adventure, and all of these things. And I had to train my mind to find those things now. How could I expect my mind to know what happiness looks like if I've never experienced it truly? How could I expect my mind to know what peace and joy look like if I haven't practiced feeling them before? This is how you see millionaires get everything in life, but still don't know how to be happy. Because people have never practiced being happy, being okay, being at peace, love, any of these things. So instead of feeling like I had to get the car to get the money, or get the money to get the car, to get the house, to get the girl, to get all the bullshit, I decided I'm going to train my mind to find happiness, to find adventure, to seek real, genuine, authentic love and connection. And let me tell you, man, my life got 20 times better in the span of 2 years. 2 years ago, on this day, February 4th, 2022, 2023, 2022, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I was in a rehab. I was probably 2 weeks clean from meth and fentanyl, just gotten out of jail, and I was looking at a shitstorm of legal trouble. And I started to research the mind. I started to read books about manifestation and the law of attraction. And it started to resonate with me on such a deep level. I started to believe in something, a higher power, myself. And for the next 2 years, it didn't come without problems. It didn't come without pain or any of these things. But I stayed true to just teaching my mind how to be happy, how to find joy, how to find peace, how to seek genuine love, genuine connection. And now, everywhere I look, there's an abundance of those things. And it's only when I start to take life super seriously again, when I start to feel like I need to make these videos, I need to do this thing, is when life gets hard and things get heavy. See, I'm not the only one carrying my desires. Because let me tell you, my desires, my dreams have gotten heavy throughout my lifetime. I didn't just wake up at 25 and say, oh, I want to be rich. I want to be living an adventure. I want to experience love. I didn't just wake up one day and find these desires somewhere on the side of the street and decide to carry them around. I've had them forever. And in my early 20s, they started to crush me because I took it so seriously. I took it so seriously and thought, I had to build these things. I had to work extremely hard. And I can't blame myself for thinking this way because that's the way I was programmed to think. That's the way we're programmed to think. Hard work equals success equals happiness. And to some extent, that's true. It's less of what we're doing, more of how we're doing it, right? I'm not saying quit your job and fuck off, go live in the woods, unless that's something you want to do. But I am saying, why spend all of your time with your fists clenched, struggling, in survival, trying super fucking hard? Why? Because we've been taught that if we don't, our life will suck. And essentially, that's a matter of life and death to the inner workings of our mind. But once you explore doing things differently, once you explore faith, trust, the universe's ability to provide, and the abundance that is all around us, I promise you, your life will change. Our dreams are a gift, not something we're meant to carry around forever and just hold on to. Our dreams guide us to our potential. You start with your dreams. That's how you access your potential. That's how you touch the amazing experiences that you want to have, not the other way around. The other way around, still possible, but so much harder. So much harder, and most people do not make it. Most people try to willpower their way to their potential so that they can eventually experience their dreams. Heaven or hell exists right now. It all is up to you. And I'll tell you what, I have been living in heaven for around 2 years now. And every day has gotten better because I said so. I experienced this transformation from homeless drug addict to happy, healthy, and living my life on purpose by following my fucking dreams. I say all this, I come out here in the cold and walk around because I enjoy it, but because you guys need to understand this. We're all born with something unique, and it's our dream. Dream on purpose. I love you guys.